Hi, I'm Mark Dempsey. I'm an author and journalist. I'd like to tell you about my experience now with Bill White and the Bill White campaign. As you know, Bill White is running for governor here in Texas, and this particular story concerns Bill White and a 16-year-old girl. Well, some time ago, I emailed the Bill White campaign and Bill White's campaign manager, who, by the way, is called J.D. Jens, about a story about a 16-year-old girl. A 16-year-old girl who had been abused by her family and neglected by the state of Texas. And this particular 16-year-old girl had been homeschooled for years. And at the age of 16, she could not even read or write. She couldn't even write her own name. That's how bad it was. And all during that time, the state of Texas never inquired about the girl. They never inquired about with her parents, how was the schooling going? Were there tests involved, etc. And so here we have a child who clearly has been abused, not only by her own parents, but by the state of Texas. And I mentioned this story to J.D. Jens and the campaign. Because you see, I thought Bill White was really interested in education. I thought he might be a person interested in the voiceless. I thought it might be a person interested in families. That's what I thought. I really believed that. But unfortunately, I never heard anything. I never got a response from J.D. Jens, the campaign manager for Bill White, over a 16-year-old girl that at least deserved a response about, hey, listen, this is what we can do. This is what you can do, Mark. This is how we can help the girl. And this is how not only we can help that girl, but lots of kids just like that girl that might be abused by their families and neglected by the state. That's something that I thought that a potential governor would be interested in. Well, he wasn't interested in it. Actually, he didn't give a damn about the 16-year-old girl. Just didn't care at all. I never got a response from J.D. Jens. So I thought it'd be interesting just to find out exactly what J.D. Jens and the Bill White campaign would be interested in. So I had a friend email J.D. Jens about where to send a donation. And J.D. Jens got back to her very quickly. Now, it didn't take him a day or 2 days or 3 days to get back to her. You would imagine it might be so because he's very busy. But he got back to her within the hour. I mean, just like that. He sent her an email. And this is what J.D. Jens had to say. Howdy. Very friendly. Doesn't ooze of professionalism, but very friendly. He says, howdy. Thanks for the willingness to donate. Please send the donation to 2100 West Loop South, Suite 700, Houston, Texas, 77027. I am very grateful for your support of our campaign. Please let me know if there is anything I can do for you, J.D. Jens. And then he gives his phone number, his personal phone number. And it's 512-289-7460. You see? Got a response within an hour about a donation. Yeah. But when it came time to get a response about a 16-year-old girl who had been abused by her family and neglected by the state, a 16-year-old girl who happens to be my niece, by the way, I never got a response. You see, people respond to what they care about. And what the Bill White campaign cares about is not kids, is not families, is not my story. It is not a 16-year-old girl who doesn't have the power to vote. But what the Bill White campaign cares about is donations. Because you see, J.D. Jens is the closest guy to Bill White. He's the guy who manages his campaign. You see, he's interested in money. Now, Bill White has criticized Rick Perry about the high school dropout figures in this state. And they are horrendous. They are terrible. We have too many kids dropping out of school. And he's also criticized Rick Perry about that Rick Perry just didn't know the number of dropouts. Rick Perry says only 10% of the students in Texas drop out, while Bill White says it's around 30%. Okay? But what Bill White doesn't tell you is that when you look at the sheer numbers of dropouts, what city had the highest number of dropouts in the entire state of Texas? Well, that city is Houston, Texas. And at the time those numbers were calculated, who was the mayor of Houston? Bill White. You see, in Houston, only 42% of the kids graduate. Only 42% graduate per year. Over 9,000 students drop out just in the city of Houston every year. And that's what Bill White doesn't tell you. Didn't mention it. Didn't breathe a word. And the question is, what has Bill White done to reduce the dropouts in the city of Houston? Well, apparently nothing. But he's great at making statements. And this is what was published in the Wall Street Journal. In a global economy, the single most important issue facing our country is an educated workforce. That's what Bill White had to say, you see? But if it's so important, and if it's the most important issue facing our economy, then why didn't he do more about it? See, those are the questions that need to be asked. And how do I know only 42% of the kids in Houston graduated? Because it was in the Dallas Morning News a few days ago. Everyone should know, you see? So it was very disappointing. People respond to what they care about. And when it comes time to vote in November, I certainly hope that you will cast your vote for a politician who does care about a voiceless 16-year-old girl that was abused by her family and was neglected by the state, who no one cared about, who no one gave a damn about, including J.D. Jens, who was the campaign manager of Bill White. You see, it's people like that that deserve better. They deserve a voice too, and they deserve at least the courtesy of a reply. But unfortunately, what did get a reply was a donation request. That got an immediate reply. And that just goes to show you what Bill White and his campaign manager really care about. Money, not people. And that's really sad. I'm Mark Dempsey. I'm an author and journalist, and if you'd like to email me, you are certainly welcome to. My email address is markd112@yahoo.com. That's markd112@yahoo.com. And thanks so much for listening.